thoughts on Titanfall really haven't changed much since the beta. I'll throw the link down in the description to that particular video, and we also discuss it at length on Lagoon podcast number 27, which I'll also throw down in the description in case you missed it. It's a game that you need to experience for yourself instead of just watching this shit on YouTube. It is an amazing game and it's extremely fun to play. But here's the big debate that many people have with Titanfall. Balance versus bullshit. The problems I had with Titanfall and the beta are still present in the final release. I don't think the devs actually changed shit, even from the alpha, with the exception of taking out the overall score from the hardpoint scoreboard, which I've tweeted them several times about. Anyways, let's start off with the smart pistol. Very hot topic. There's a giant set of brackets on the screen. Just make it such that your target is within those brackets, which is basically 2/3 of your fucking screen. The gun takes a few seconds to lock onto its target, but once it's red, just pull the trigger. You don't even need to ADS. Its range is pretty short, so you gotta be quick in getting onto your opponent. Oh, and on top of that, there's a black squiggly line that points you in the direction of where people are going to in case you fucking missed it. Some people will point out that this gun is actually pretty balanced because it does take a few bullets to kill pilots. It's mostly a grunt elimination machine. And in order to lock onto somebody, you gotta be at a pretty small distance, and the shotgun is much better suited for this kind of range. Some people, myself included, cry bullshit to this weapon because it literally takes 95% of the skill out of the game. It acquires the target for you, and in some cases, points you to where to go in case you miss the fucking target the first time. Stays on target since it's locked, and targets the head so damage is dealt quicker, and you don't even have to aim down sight, just fucking spray. You don't even need to pray because you'll hit the shot every fucking time because it already targets it for you. In reality, it's a little bit of both though. It's balanced and bullshit. Finally, we have a game where there's a huge skill gap due to the player mechanics and movement, but this gun is the great equalizer in that equation. The worst part, though, is that there are setups and burn cards which completely break this game with the smart pistol. If you get the unlimited stim burn card, then you throw on cloak, the advanced parkour kit, and the battery cell with the smart pistol, you can haul ass around map being invisible about half of the time, and once you're on somebody, they're fucking insta-dead. It's much harder to stay on target while ADSing when you're doing these crazy moves as opposed to hip firing while wall bouncing and double jumping. I mean, just try it. Try to spray down some minions while ADSing with an AR, jumping around like the fucking House of Pain, versus locking on with the smart pistol while doing the same thing. This game rewards players that move around, which is the opposite of what happens on Ghost. And the smart pistol only being effective at close range makes it an even stronger choice because at distance it's harder to stay on target when people are double jumping and wall running to get out of the way of your engagements. I don't get killed often by somebody with the smart pistol, but it's infuriating when you do so because the kill cam just shows some noob that wasn't even looking at you, but that black squiggly line pointed you out like some bitch at a club. Point him out, point him out. Anyway, he just pops off at the hip without even aiming in. But, like I said, it is pretty balanced, though, in accordance with the other weapons. The assault rifle is really good at long range, and most of the maps are pretty goddamn big. The shotgun is much better at close range than the smart pistol is. Same thing with the SMGs. I actually think that you could do away with the DMR. This game is way too fast-paced for it to be that effective. But there's something that people are bitching about, and that's the lack of weapons, therefore lack of longevity. Let me address this right now. It's bullshit. There's a fully automatic, semi-automatic, and 3-burst AR. What more do you need? There's so many extra carbon copies of guns and attachments like in Call of Duty and Battlefield, they're just completely fucking unnecessary. Think about Black Ops 2. We don't need an MTAR Type 25 and M27. It's basically the same fucking gun with slight little nuances. We don't need both a SWAT 5.56 and an M8, nor a SCAR and an AN-94, nor both an FAL and an SMR. If you fold all the fucking duplicates together, that's 4 assault rifles. Why do we need 20 different types of scopes like in Battlefield 4? If you're using an AR, 9 times out of 10 you're using a red dot sight on it. You don't need a 3.1, 3.4, 3.7. Fuck that! You only need a fucking red dot sight. This comes down to development. I would much rather them have the time spent on balancing the weapons and working out the gameplay mechanics versus wasting their time putting in guns that add false variety to the game. Most people have a few go-to guns in these games anyway. You don't need 5 fucking different sniper rifles. All you need is a semi-automatic one and a bolt-action one, which this game already offers. In a multiplayer game, every single match is different, thus having inherent longevity since you'll never have the same experience twice. Having a game with good gameplay mechanics and balance is what creates longevity, not mindless challenges to unlock completely useless attachments or camos that you'll never fucking use. This game is extremely well balanced between the 3 different types of engagements too. The pilot versus pilot, pilot versus Titan, and Titan versus Titan. There are lots of little nuances that we'll continue to learn during the life cycle of this game. This is what I'm looking forward to the most and will give me replay value. Not some stupid ass gun camos to make my guns look pretty, because who gives a fucking shit? I'm actually pretty goddamn happy that they didn't cater to people yelling and clamoring for this stupid, useless fucking shit and instead focused on what matters the most. How does the game fucking play? One of the little nuances, though, that I'm gonna go into right now is the nuclear ejection. You could see it coming from a mile away a few seconds beforehand. Same talent I have with women. By the blue hue on the Titan. If you're in a really bad spot and can't dash out of the way, you can always eject out of your Titan, which lends this particular item to be balanced. However, it is bullshit because it's basically dead man's dick for Titans. Why are we rewarding players that die? Yes, it's not difficult to avoid because it's actually balanced, it's not overpowered, but why should I have to sacrifice my Titan in the latter case above because of a stupid fucking perk? Again, this destroys the skill gap that this game has tried to build up with the intricacies of the Titan versus Titan metagame. It is fucking annoying that I have to die to some completely bullshit perk. Another thing that rustles my jimmies is the jump kick. Why the fuck is there still a one-hit melee in a shooter game? Back when Halo put this in the game, they had it right. 2 hits from the front, 1 from behind. Why is this concept difficult? Here's the thing with the kick though, it's got an extremely slow motion and this game moves very fast paced, thus people will cry that it is balanced. It's difficult to kick somebody when they're moving. The bullshit about it lies in this clip right here. I've got this guy fucking dead to rights and somehow he lands this kick even though I'm not on his fucking screen and I'm dead. He just panics, hits in a button and boom, I'm fucking dead. He wins. That is bullshit. It doesn't matter if it's less prevalent than the ridiculous knife lunge in Call of Duty Ghosts. If you're capturing an objective in Hardpoint, you can have people run up on you sponging bullets and then just fucking jump kick you and you're dead. It's fucking annoying. This is another thing though, like I said, it is balanced when you take it into account with the rest of the game, but it is bullshit at the same time and does do something that I hate. It equalizes the skill gap with a push of a fucking button. The burn cards, to me, also are kind of bullshit. I don't really think they add any value to the game. They're just really more annoying than anything. This is just an addition that, when it came in the beta, I was like, okay, these are basically like death streaks for 1 life, except you actually get to fucking pick them out. Some of them will break the fucking game, like unlimited stim, or unlimited cloak, or unlimited satchel charges. Have you ever gone into a lobby with a guy with unlimited fucking satchel charges? God, that shit is annoying. Especially if he's got that perk on, which sets off all of his fucking explosives when he dies. Holy shit. Could you imagine the fireworks show that goes off when he lays down 50 fucking satchel charges? Anyways, people are also fussing over the lack of game modes, but in reality, it's bullshit. Most people play only 2 or 3 game modes at most. I only play Kill Confirmed and Domination / TDM because of Ground War, and on occasion I'll play Cranked and Ghost. And for Battlefield 4, it's Domination, Rush, Obliteration, and Conquest. Titanfall has got the most played game modes from other games already in it. Attrition is just TDM, Hardpoint is just Domination or Conquest, Last Titan Standing is really just Search and Destroy or Defuse, and Capture the Flag is the same from the other games. What other game modes would you even add to this game? King of the Hill, maybe Sabotage, but that's about it, really. The game doesn't need more fucking game modes. I mean, the ones that they have are the ones that most people play. Some people are clamoring for pilot versus pilot, and it won't work for reasons I'll talk about with the AI. Making more players like 9v9 or even 12v12 instead of bots would just clutter up the pretty well balanced maps with a shitload of Titans, which would be overwhelming to those on the ground, especially since everybody can earn a Titan. I also hear the peanut gallery moaning about the AI. I think they balance the AI in this game pretty well. If they were more lethal, you'd get pissed off dying to a bot, and they'd be a detriment instead of a way to keep the pace and action of the game going. If they were more aggressive, then they'd be by themselves, which would in turn mean that they'd never stand a chance in a one-on-one engagement. The reason why they're clumped together is so that they have a chance in overwhelming the player and killing them. The only time I've ever died to bots is when there's more of them than the amount of kids that came out of the Duggar's vagina. Here's a trick I've also learned too. Use the minion detector as one of your perks. This will tell you where the enemy and friendly bots are. The enemy pilots will generally spawn near a group of AI, so keep looking out for those pockets on your minimap. Also, killing AI will help kill the time off of your Titan build and even help you win the game in the attrition game mode. Stay away from friendly AI because if enemies have the minion detector, they're going to seek out the pretty dots on their minimap. That's why I think the bots are balanced. You take them in with the rest of the game. If you make them more lethal or more aggressive, it'll just throw off the pacing completely of the game. Things like the minion detector and how it behaves are the little nuances that we're going to learn throughout this game's life cycle. The full version of Titanfall is an amazing game that is so much fun to play. The bullshit factor is at a minimum, again, because it is balanced within other aspects of the game. The campaign, however, is a joke, because it's just multiplayer with cutscenes that still don't really tell the story behind the game. I could care less about the story, to be honest with you, but I just do want to have the choice in having different kind of Titans. The Titans themselves, the different chassis, are also very well balanced. This game is very fast-paced, so it already suits my commentary style. I do, however, acknowledge that while this game is really fun to play, it might not be the greatest to watch. I enjoy watching it because I know the ins and outs and actually play the game, and I can notice little things. However, it's not yet available to a large audience. I know there's more people playing bingo in a church hall than on the Xbox One, and the PC community isn't huge in terms of the FPS games. Even Battlefield 4 only has like 40,000 or so players online, simply because there are so many more games on PC to choose from than on console. Once it drops on the Xbox 360, perhaps the audience will grow. I don't know. Either way, I don't give a shit. I enjoy playing the game, and that's what's important to me after playing the last two shitty Call of Duty games and dealing with Battlefield 4's numerous bugs and glitches. Even though the game is actually amazing, it can be frustrating at times. I have a few series ideas with gameplay, so I'll roll them out when I actually get the gameplays for it, and I will continue to bring content for it. I just got to figure out how to make it different and entertaining at the same time, because that's what I do. Anyways, guys, I've been the Schwantz27, and just like a newborn baby, I'm out this bitch. Until next time.